make video easy. I created this presentation to help make video a little bit easier for those people who haven't gotten started yet creating their videos. I'm Leigh Scheidel, and I'm here because I love to help other people, and this has become my area of expertise. I actually started out as a computer programmer. I started it at 16 years old. Do you remember back when there was Atari and only the Pong game that you could play? Well, that's back when I started learning to play with computers and really enjoyed it. And it was also when they first started to bring the first processors of a size that you could put in a home. At that point, computers were the size of huge walk-in closets, and they had to be kept extremely cold in order to function properly. Well, we've come a long way since then, to the point that now even smartphones can be used like a computer. So, is everything right to get started? We need to take a look at what it is that we actually need to do a live video broadcast. One of the things everybody uses these days is a smartphone. That's a really good choice. You want decent lighting. The best is good natural lighting. However, if you have an overabundance or it's an extremely bright day, you may find yourself fully washed out in your video. So you may have to gauge the amount of light that you're getting, especially if you're indoors with outdoor light shining in. You'll need a topic with which you are knowledgeable, something that you're very familiar on, preferably your niche, so that it's a topic that you just freely speak on. You need a plan with points you want to make. And using a smartphone is really a great tool these days. More and more people are using smartphones for many facets of their businesses. This makes working on the go much easier in today's fast-paced world. Now, I've never been big on using my smartphone for business. However, when I'm on the run and I have errands to take care of, and I have social media posts that I need to get out online, I have found that I can send myself things on my phone and then have access to that to be able to complete those functions while I'm on the go, and that's really been a nice feature. Did you know there's a proper video orientation? Although some platforms are moving to vertical video, horizontal orientation is still the preferred on YouTube, and honestly, it gives you a better overall picture quality. The one platform where vertical video has been planned for and is being used successfully is Instagram. Facebook bought Instagram, and they're slowly moving toward this format for stories as well. There are a couple of software applications available where you can take your longer videos and chop them into smaller videos that you can use on the Instagram or Facebook Stories program. Just wanted to make that mention here. A video without a storyboard is like a house without a foundation. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll see some people as you scroll through and pick up on videos that they aren't really speaking on much of anything, especially in the beginning. They're waiting for their audience to come on. I find it distracting, and for me, myself, I won't stay and watch because it's not on topic. I don't know what I'm going to learn from listening, and I have a lot of things that I need to get done per day. So it really helps if you have a plan and a foundation to the story, the information that you're going to share, and that it has some type of value base to it. The quality of your content is far more important than the length of your video. Now, I know some people will disagree on this. I've heard people telling others that you need to stay on a live video for at least 10 minutes. And so what some of them teach is just kind of string people along and get them to wait while you wait for the other people to get online and view your video with you while you're actually live. Well, the truth is they're going to watch that video later when it loads, and it's a replay. So there isn't really a need to wait. Not only that, the better your content is, the better value you're offering, the more likely people are to stay. If you're just drumming your fingers and waiting for time to pass as you wait for people to join you from your audience, you're actually losing people. The better your value is and the more consistent you are with your Facebook Live as far as timing, if you come back the same time of day and the same days of the week, your audience will get to following your pattern and they'll return to catch your videos. So waiting for them to arrive is not a necessity, and they can always watch the replay. You need a plan. So I want you to choose a topic. And then you can use keywords to your advantage. You can search Google for keywords which are popular in searches and match your topic. I want you to lead with a question and not an introduction to yourself. You see, you only have 5 to 10 seconds to really grasp the attention of the audience in the beginning of your video. You may lose some people if you just start talking about who you are and where you're from or what your background is, because they want to know what's in it for them. This younger generation, that's what they're about. They want to know what the benefit is that they'll get from spending their time with you. I found a wonderful tool that I like to use. I use my PC for most of my work, and I use Chrome. There is an extension that I can add to Chrome, and I can acquire it at the Chrome Web Store. And in the search, I type keywords everywhere. And enter. The first item that will come up is keywords everywhere, keywords tool. I want you to select that and install it. Now, using this while you're in Chrome will help you identify better terms to use as keywords based upon results that are listed. Now, you won't see this fancy little computer screen, but you will see a list like what you see on that screen. Anytime you start typing words in the browser line, you're going to see a list come up. The thing that we need the most from this list is the volume. The higher the volume count on the list, the more people that are using those terms to search from Google Chrome. That's how we're using this. We want to find a keyword related to your topic because you don't want to deceive anyone. You don't want somebody to get there on one word that you've put as your keyword, but that isn't what you're talking about at all. So be sure to find a keyword that works with your topic. Now you want to select the keyword from the list that has the highest volume because those are going to get the most hits when someone is searching for a keyword and then be directed to your video as a result of that keyword that's in your title. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And I know you've heard that a million times. A complex idea can be conveyed with a simple video, with you genuinely showing the value that you offer. Your prospects will get to know, like, and trust you much faster as they see and feel the emotion from your passion. See, when you get excited, it shows in your face, and especially in your eyes. Your eyes kind of light up when you're talking about the thing that really you're most passionate about, and other people get it when they see you. Are you nervous with public speaking? I am. I've always been really shy, and it's taking me a long time to get so that I can do a video presentation without shaking in my shoes. Some of the things that I've used to try to get me beyond that and get better at doing a presentation are practice delivering a speech in a mirror. You'd be surprised how much this can help you. You get to see the facial expressions you make, you get to see how your body is presented, and it just kind of gives you, or at least for me, it built a little confidence watching myself do a presentation as I realized it really wasn't all that bad. I want you to learn to be yourself and not be afraid to make mistakes. You see, you need to remember that most of these people already like you. If they're on your timeline, if they're in your group, and they're visiting your business page or your fan page, they've already decided they like you. And if your timeline is set to public and they don't know you, this is your opportunity to shine so that they get to know and like you. And maybe even trust you and then become your friend. The more times you're recorded on video, the easier it does become. And I know that's a cliche, and I know everybody says it, but I want you to know this is absolute truth. I am shy, and I have gotten better. I've built more confidence, and I'm not nearly as afraid to get on the video as I used to be. Now, a lot of people ask, how loud should I talk? How do I know what's the right volume to use? Well, what I want to say to you is modulate your voice as though you're speaking to someone over coffee at the same table. You don't want to speak so low that you're sitting next to the person in church and you're trying to whisper to them, because you're not going to come across distinct for everybody on the video. And you don't want to come off so loud that you cause reverberation on the microphone or speakers, which will create feedback for your audience. Now there's one exception, so unless you turn your phone around, because with some phones, the mic will not pick up your voice as well. Now what do I mean by turn your phone around? Well, y'all know what a selfie is. When you look on your phone, there's a little icon that looks like a camera with a couple of arrows on either side that kind of look like they wrap around that camera. And what it means is in one position you have a selfie, it's pointed at you, and when you touch it again, it points away from you. That's what I'm talking about. Some cameras, for some reason, when you turn the camera portion around and face it away from you, the internal microphone somehow, the settings for it are changed as well. And it suddenly sounds like you're in a closet or talking from much, much further away. Not all phones do this, only some. So you might want to run a test to be sure what your phone does if you're planning to turn your phone away from you and show people the view that you're seeing before you. This is a personal pet peeve. Please note, this is not the time to fix yourself up, especially your hair. Ladies, your live is not a mirror, and you look totally unprofessional when you do this. And you come across as being very vain. A lot of people won't stay to watch this. I have a little saying for this, it's kind of funny. You know how they put everything in the crock pot type of meal and you just let it go? They say set it and leave it. That's kind of what I say about the stuff for grooming and using a live video to do that. Just don't do it. Okay, so as we're preparing for a Facebook Live broadcast, I have 4 steps for you. The first one, let's grab your phone and go to the location on Facebook where you want to do your live presentation. You have the choice of your personal timeline, a group that you control, or your business or fan page that you have under your name. So the second item is to scroll down and select the Go Live, which is a red video camera with a white eye icon over it. It's about the 6th item down on your list as you scroll down. As you click that, you'll note at the top you'll see an option 2 with a colon. Follow that line all the way to the right and you'll see a down arrow on that same line. And if you select the down arrow, you'll see some items like a drop-down list, and what you will see are public, friends, friends of friends, or only me. Only me is a great option for practicing or running your first time test or several to do a live until you feel comfortable. That way nobody else is going to see your live public. Not even your friends. It will only be visible to you. Facebook actually has a setting then that sets it that way, so though you see it on your timeline, you're the only one that can see it when it's in that mode. And the last item here for preparation is to populate the text for your live broadcast title. Where it says tap to add a description, you're going to add your title. And hopefully you did your research and you picked a keyword that would work with the topic to put in your title. So, Once we've gotten everything ready, now we're ready to actually go live. So the first thing, you're going to click the Start Live Video button that you see at the bottom. I want you to count 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. And I want you to smile and begin speaking because you are live. When you're finished with your live presentation, you're just going to push the Finished button that's at the bottom. Now there's one last step. Video will be processing, and when it finishes, you'll have an opportunity to check a couple of radio boxes, and one of them is stories for 24 hours and the other is to post it to your timeline. So you're going to click which radio button you want, and then you're going to post it. Now, once you've learned how to do all this and you start doing these regularly, you may want to step it up a notch, because you can get better quality videos even out of your cell phone. If you have about $100 to $110 plus shipping that you can spend, you can make significant improvements to the quality, and you can make these changes in stages. You don't have to do all of these steps that I'm going to suggest at one time. Some inexpensive tools are a mobile device ring light and a tabletop tripod. A phone tripod can be obtained on Amazon or other places online for under $15 plus shipping. Many of them come with a fob, this one specifically did, which work with Bluetooth on your phone. And then by connecting it to your phone so that you can click the camera shutter from up to 30 feet away for your phone. The nice thing about the tripod is you'll suddenly have no more shaky or blurry videos because you weren't able to hold your hand still enough through the entire video. And then there's the ring light. It's a small clip-on light for a smartphone that can be purchased from Amazon and other online locations for under $20. I've seen these. This one was $5, but I have not found another like it for that price. The nicest ones have a diffuser over the lights, which is that yellow cover, and that comes off if you would want it off. And at least some brightness adjustment settings. This particular one has 3 different settings. And sound quality matters too for your videos. So you might want to consider a portable mic. A small portable mic like this one pictured can be purchased on Amazon or other online sources. This Comica performs well for the price range it's in at only $70. Rode is one of the top names in the audio equipment. I have one of each of these mics. This portable one is about 3 to 3.5 inches tall. I use it on my laptop as well as my cell phone when I'm out. I have a larger Rode, it's about 6 inches tall, that I put on mostly on my professional camera. That mic runs in the range of about $170. Now this Comica portable is actually quite good for the price range that it is. It's comparable to the Rode, though not quite as good. Facts tell about your products or services while stories sell, based on the emotion of a testimonial. Videos let you bring both of these together to show a potential customer how your product or services solves their problem. So the main things, be yourself, relax, and if you need to, take a deep breath. You can pause. Nobody's rushing you to get all this information out in a certain period of time. You can take your time. They'll wait for you for a second. And another thing you can do if it's helpful, use a script or notes, at least in the beginning, until you get more familiar with speaking online and on a live broadcast. If you share value in your niche, this will be information that you're knowledgeable about, so it should make the conversation a lot easier. So in summation, you want to use a smartphone. You'd prefer decent lighting, preferably outdoor lighting if you can get it. You need to have a topic and a plan. I want you to think about the video orientation as we talked about. And you want a foundation of value. You want a benefit and reason for your audience to stay. I want you to ask yourself if you're rambling. Are you just trying to keep people on until more people arrive to watch with you? It's not necessary. Use keywords in your title and let your personality shine. The people who are following you are already your friends, and most of them are your friends because they like the personality. They like the way you present things. So you're going to do it to your own music, if you will. You need to practice. It will make you better at this. Voice modulation is pretty simple. Talk like you're talking at a coffee shop to your friend at the same table. Your live video is not your mirror. When you have a budget, upgrade to audio, lighting, and even a tripod, because with these tools, they'll make better quality videos for you. And remember, it's the emotion behind the stories which connects you to the potential customer's needs. This is a generation who's asking, what's in it for me? They want to know what the benefit is for staying and listening to you. And probably the most important thing throughout is be yourself. Be genuine. Be authentically who you are. Don't try to be somebody you're not. I'm going to go ahead and answer any questions you might have. And I want you to know that you can find me on Facebook at lay.scheidel, that you can find me on my website at layscheidel.com, and I have a page that tells you a little about me at /about/. Thanks a lot for being here. If you're catching the replay, feel free to put your questions in the comments, and I'll answer them as soon as I'm able. Thanks a lot for spending your time with me. I know you could be anywhere you chose to be, and I appreciate your spending your time with me. Be sure to share this out if you think it'll help somebody else.